Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding the Kawasaki Ninja 400, the global replacement of the Ninja 300, but we'll come to that in a bit. Straight away, look at these lights. Well, they will remind you a bit, actually the front end will remind you a bit of the H2, Kawasaki's flagship motorcycle with a supercharged engine. Now these lights are LED lights, they look beautiful, and look at this design. Obviously, in terms of design, Kawasaki always does a great job with its sports bikes, but it doesn't get LED indicators, which is kind of sad. And the mirrors are placed here, number plate is placed here, although I would remove this and put a sticker here. And as you can see, of course, it runs Nissan brake calipers, and it gets this beautiful big fat disc and dual channel ABS as standard. This motorcycle has a 110 section tire at the front, and of course the fairing is bigger than the one we see on the Ninja 300 Kawasaki racing team. So in the Kawasaki racing colors, it obviously looks very nice. That's the engine. The exhaust also looks quite good actually, although it could have been slightly smaller. You see, it has been, okay, there goes the bullet. Anyways, you can see while riding in traffic, you actually scraped stuff, and yeah, there are the marks over there. Although to be honest, this is not what we have done. Now it's running on Dunlop tires, and at the rear we get a 150 section. However, we get a box section swing arm, and again Nissan calipers. The disc at the rear is obviously smaller, and the design is really very nice. I like the design. You can see the tail light will actually remind you of the Z1000 or probably even the ZX-10R. And again over here the eyesore is the lack of LED indicators, but that's not really the eyesore here, because the eyesore is this grab rail. I mean, it looks really very bad, and it's just too big, and pillion comfort is also poor because the seat is small, and when you sit here, obviously your leg is going to hit the grab rail. Now the sari guard has been removed on a motorcycle, however it's also an eyesore, and as you can see, the design is kind of nice in most places. However, certain things look ugly. Obviously the grab rails are far from perfect, and over here you can actually hook onto your luggage bag over here while touring, because this is a motorcycle which is apt for everything. Seat height isn't much, but this motorcycle suits both short as well as tall riders. I love the fairing on this motorcycle. I love the tank, which looks bigger than the one on the Ninja 300. However, the problem here is that this is actually a 14-liter tank. The Ninja 300 has a 17-liter tank, so they've actually reduced the tank size, which is kind of disappointing because that was one of the biggest USPs of the Ninja 300. You could go long. Anyways, there's a provision over here to make a hole for a USB charging socket, because obviously when you're riding this motorcycle, you might want to go touring. Now the switch gear is simple, because over here on the right, this is the engine kill switch, and this is the starter button. Over here, obviously high beam and low beam, and this is the horn, and it is a loud horn. This is for the indicator, this is for the pass by. It doesn't get adjustable levers, which is kind of disappointing, and this cluster seems to be the similar one which we see on the Ninja 650, which actually looks nice. It's an analog digital unit. However, it doesn't get color, which is a little bit disappointing. Telltale lights are placed here. This is the gear position indicator, this is the clock, and over here we get a speedometer. There's the trip meters here, and obviously you get an odometer as well, twin trip meters actually. Over here it's telling you the range, which can be browsed by pressing this button. It'll tell you real-time fuel economy and what is the average fuel economy, which happens to be 22.2 kilometers per liter right now. So not much information here as such, but well, that's more than enough. Now this is the key of the motorcycle, similar to other bigger Kawasaki motorcycles, and let me just turn on the motorcycle for you right away. It does a full swipe up, and obviously once you turn on the motorcycle, it starts smoothly. Now it is revving around 1500 RPM. Now the rev will fall slightly with time, but the motorcycle does look nice. Let us turn on the lights. The lights are beautiful, all LED units. They look really very cool indeed, and of course the motorcycle does have a lot of presence. It looks like a bigger motorcycle than a 400 for sure. And at the rear, look at the lights, beautiful LED tail light. Only if LED indicators were given, that would have been so freaking nice. Now straight away, let me sit on the motorcycle and show you the comfort level. It's a very comfortable motorcycle. Let's rev it. Smooth. Yeah, but in between my legs I can feel some vibes on the seat, but honestly, let's get riding. Alright guys, hello and welcome. We are on the motorcycle, and trust me, this bike absolutely screams like a Kawasaki should. Now, of course, the reason for this is obvious because of the engine, which is an absolute stunner. The Ninja 300 engine has always been fab. This one is even fabbier. Is that a word? Absolutely screams. The engine is such a terrific motor. Wow! So powering this Kawasaki Ninja 400 is a new 399cc motor. Well, it's not really new. It's the same old Ninja 300 engine, which has been given an increase in bore as well as stroke as well as compression ratio to increase power and torque by 11 respectively. Now this one produces 48 horsepower and 38 Newton meters of torque. The result is the performance is breathtaking. It's faster than the KTM R3 390. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5 seconds or maybe even lesser, and feels so punchy throughout. Performance is really very slick. Top speed is close to 190 kilometers per hour, and the motor is not as refined as the Ninja 300 because I can feel a lot of vibes on the foot pegs, on the seat, and a bit on the clip-on bars as well. But overall performance is great. I mean, it is refined. Drivability, or rather rideability, is also quite good on this machine because it feels very rideable in the city. And why am I talking like this? Anyways, getting onto the throttle, it feels rideable in the city, but out on the highway it absolutely screams. And boy, oh boy, at 5000 RPM there is one kick in the pants. At 8000 RPM the motor gets alive all of a sudden and pulls really hard and fast. And my goodness, the performance is really great in the red line rather than the top end. Red line is at close to 12,500 RPM. What a beautiful motorcycle, but I can feel some vibes on the handlebar as well, which is a bit disappointing. You don't expect that from Kawasaki. And there's another issue, and that issue is unfortunately a glaring omission from Kawasaki. So here, brakes are very good, so it gets sharper brakes than before. I mean, braking performance is really very sure-footed. The clutch is light, the 6-speed gearbox is a joy to use. It gets slipper clutch as well. But before anything else, let me stop and show you the big massive glaring omission on this machine, which is just not expected from a brand like Kawasaki, which is a mastermind in making motorcycles. So here we are. I mean, the clutch is so well weighed and the gearbox is so smooth. False neutral is never the case here, but getting into neutral, well, it's possible. Anyways, let me show you. So what happens is when I put my foot here like this, my heel will actually touch the exhaust, which is a bit disappointing because of center set foot pegs. So when it's heated up, and if my shoes are not that heat resistant, obviously they will start to burn. So that's one big disappointment here. The way this motor screams in the top end is OMG, wow. And I just love this motorcycle. I mean, it's so freaking comfortable. Even the clip-on bars, you're not leaning in, so you are sitting upright. Center set foot pegs. This is a motorcycle you can really ride for long. Mirrors offer a great view of what's behind, and there is no heating issue as such either. It really pulls. It sounds great. It's not very refined when compared to the Ninja 300's exhaust note. It feels a little gruff, if I may say that, but still, it's a whole lot of fun. In-gear acceleration is also great. Get onto the throttle, it absolutely responds beautifully well. What a brilliant machine. Although the engine comes from the Ninja 300, I mean the basic block, and changes have been made to that. The chassis is all new here because out goes the diamond frame and in comes the trellis frame, and my goodness, a lot of revisions have happened. It gets fatter forks firstly, and it gets revised geometry for the steering as well. Steering is so beautiful. The handlebar offers so much feel and feedback. Handling is great. Tires are wider, and overall this is such a great motorcycle to ride because the suspension has also been revised. It's a bit on the firmer side, offers great performance. In fact, this motorcycle is a whole lot of fun to ride, and the fuel tank has come down to 14 liters from 17 liters when compared to the Ninja 300, which is disappointing. However, mileage is also not that great, around 20 to 22 kilometers per liter depending on your riding style. It's a very smooth and refined motorcycle in the sense that it has the dual characteristics. Right now riding in the city, it's absolutely relaxed, but as you open throttle, it will scream and scare you silly. Yeah, not really scare you silly because the top end is also, although linear pull is there, it does offer a lot of excitement to the rider and suddenly plus a big smile on your face as well. I love the way this Ninja 400 offers the dual characteristics or either the triple characteristics. While you can ride it in the city, you can take it out on the highway, you can take it to the track as well. You need better tires for that, although the tires on this are wider than the Ninja 300 and offer more grip as well. However, in terms of the tires on a test motorcycle, they are kind of worn out, so you really can't give it everything you got right away, because yes, there will be some wheel spin and some more. The Ninja 400 then is a beautiful motorcycle. It's a splendid machine. Yeah, certain flaws are there, but in the overall scheme of things, it is certainly a great machine. It's smooth. It is obviously having a lot of performance on offer, and compared to the Ninja 300, well, it's better in almost every possible way. Ground clearance isn't an issue at all, but what is a big issue is the pricing, because in the USA, they launched the Ninja 400 at the price of the Ninja 300. In India, they kept the Ninja 300 on sale and have priced the Ninja 400 for rupees 2 lakh more. Rupees 2 lakh more makes this motorcycle extremely expensive, because it costs 30,000 lesser than the Z650, which is even more powerful and obviously a whole lot more fun. So in terms of pricing, Kawasaki could have done a way better job. In fact, it seems that they don't want to sell this bike at all, because at rupees 5 lakh, this is crazy expensive a motorcycle. Yes, it is fun, it handles better than the Ninja 300, ride is on the firmer side, but for the most part, it is an extremely comfortable motorcycle, mostly because of the riding position, which is so freaking awesome. Oh my god, I love this motorcycle, but I just cannot justify spending 5 lakhs for this. I'd rather get an Interceptor and probably a Bajaj Dominar 400 for that price point. Keep those two motorcycles instead of one Ninja 300, because the pricing just doesn't make any sense to me. So guys, if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it the thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye. By the way, the brakes on this motorcycle offer great stopping power, but the ABS is a bit too intrusive for my liking. And there we are with the squad. Yeah, brakes are good, but hey, you really need less intrusion from the ABS unit, and I can't just stop looking at this machine. It looks so freaking gorgeous. बंद कर दिया वीडियो. फुल ड्यू, बाय.